Hello there again. Curtis here at bullytree.com. That's www.bullytree.com. And I know you guys can't see my little sprawl here. I got my little sofa today. I didn't feel like sitting on a chair. And let me center up this camera a little bit here. I didn't feel like sitting on a chair, so I got my little sofa going on. Come a little bit to the left. And got my foot on my on the handle, on the armrest. And I'm really relaxed and comfortable. I want to talk today about some people that have accused me of not liking or actually hating, accused me of hating the exotic bully. And I want to say to those people, what are you, crazy? I hate no dog. No dog I hate. They're God's creatures. What I do hate is people's attitudes towards the dogs. How could you say you love your dog and you love a breed and you breed it only for money? How could you say you love a breed and the breed has no history? you can't give me a history about it. How can you say you love a breed and it's not even a breed? Yes, the exotic bullies is not really a breed. Nobody knows what's in them, and nobody they all look at them. Have a good look at them. Have a good look at exotic bullies. You see some with a nice jaw, some with a narrow jaw, some with big round eyes, some with droopy eyes, some with eyes like Mr. Miyagi on the side of his head, Yeah, I said it. Mr. Miyagi's eyes on the side of his head. You know? When you have to bring your dog home, lifting it because it couldn't make it back home after a mile walk, you got a problem. You got dogs that will ultimately be lifelong chronic sick dogs. It might seem healthy now, it's a year or two old. Give it a couple of years. The exotic bullies, people that breed exotic bullies, they're destroying the breed because they continue to perpetuate and breed dogs that have no history, that have no consistency back into the same dogs. And these dogs will forever and ever be linked to the American Pit Bull Terrier, which is a fine dog. You can do what you want. You can mix it with Frenchie, you can mix it with English Bulldog, you can crop its ears, you can give it a different name. Those dogs will forever be linked to the American Pit Bull Terrier. Mainly because we haven't done anything to separate them. I say again, go to my classified ad website, bullyfights.com, and look in the American Bully section. Then go to the American Pit Bull section. I guarantee you're going to see some of the same dogs there. We are not doing anything to separate the breeds. And so, the American Pit Bull Terrier and the American Bully will always be linked to the exotic bully. I like a lot of American Bullies. I do. I know it's a different breed from the American Pit Bull Terrier. It looks like a different breed. And much of the American Bullies, much of the good looking dogs, look nice. There's still some movement there. There's still some drive. Nice coats, nice eyes, separation of eyes, when well bred, nice head size, nice attitude and temperament. But these exotic dogs, that's a whole other story. Some of these dogs, their chest is touching the ground. Their chest is touching the ground. Why would you want a dog that is so low to the ground? Can anybody tell me? What's the purpose of this dog? When the dog is 4 or 5 years old, it can't make it back up your front stairs after using the bathroom outside. You guys, you gotta think. Don't destroy a good breed. These exotic bullies, they have to go two ways. The ones that are acceptable, that people call exotic bullies, that they're acceptable, especially based on the ABKC standards, they're not exotic bullies, they're American bullies. And the ones that aren't, that, Mr. Miyagi, for example, he ain't gonna make no ABKC list. He can't go to no competition. You know, he can't win a trophy for nothing. You know, look at the dog. Just look at the dog. You know, I would love to see Mr. Miyagi go on a nice little hike. You know, midsummer. I'd like to see that. He would die. You hear me? And you look at, go to Facebook, to Google, and type in the word exotic bully or exotic bullies, and see what comes up. You will see some dogs that you wouldn't believe, to the point where I heard Ed Shepherd the other day criticize breeders for claiming their dogs are a Dax line, and they look terrible. You know, Dax is a decent looking dog. I like Dax. You know, he has his little flaws, you know, little high rear going on, but he's a nice looking dog. You know, otherwise, to me, he's nothing special more than any other dog. I've seen much better looking dogs than Dax who don't have his notoriety, but that's a whole nother story. You know, if you can't give your dog notoriety, well, then that's on you. You know, if you don't know what's needed to give your dog notoriety, that's on you, right? Do your homework. But Dax is not a bad looking dog. Miyagi, on the other hand, I don't know what he is, you know, but I will leave it alone, you know. By now, George know how I feel about Miyagi, you know. He's a dog, you know, I'm sure he's a family pet, maybe. You know, you gotta love him. I have nothing against the dogs. I just have things against the breeders who continue to breed these dogs and think that they know. The fact is, they just don't know what a good dog is supposed to look like. Why else would you put your dog on Facebook with 10 obvious faults and expect people to give you props? And when somebody says something that's not to your liking, you have a problem. That's not the way it goes. You're supposed to, if you put your stuff on Facebook for people to see, you're supposed to accept what comes with it, or don't put it. If you're stupid enough to put stuff of your dog on Facebook, you in an ankle bracelet, you know, and expect people to say nothing about it, then it's on you. You know, if you're stupid enough to put your kennel with a bunch of poop back there, or a dog with mange, you know, in your video, or you smoking a joint in the video and expect people not to comment on it, then it's on you. How stupid can somebody get? You know? So, getting back to the point. Exotics are destroying the breed, in my opinion. Okay? When a dog has to be where its shoulders are out like that, and its chest is this low to the ground, you know, and its eyes is droopy, and it's cherry-eyed one eye, and, you know, intelligence, IQ is way down. When a dog doesn't want to even do nothing, doesn't want to walk on the leash, you know, it wouldn't stand up for any length of time, it's got to be sitting. There's a problem, guys. Okay? Don't sell out your good kennel dogs, your American Pit Bull Terriers, and your early American Bullies for these dogs, because these dogs, they're short-lived. They're going to be short-lived. It's only a phase, guys. I'm telling you. Trust me. When people get tired of spending $10,000 for a puppy and it lives to be 4.5 years old, or 5 years old, people get tired of that stuff. You know, they didn't make the money back. Too much work, not enough. The litter is not big enough to make anything back, and you know, it's a phase. I know exotic bullies is a phase. You know, they can create a registry for it. They can do what they want to. The exotic bully is a phase. It's gonna go. Okay? The dogs aren't healthy. They aren't healthy. And they can be here forever, but they ain't gonna be $10,000, $3,000, $5,000. You know, they're gonna be mutts selling for $300 and $200 for a pup in 2 or 3 years from now. It's already happening. So don't sell your great dogs that you had before. Don't give up your kennel dogs to bring in American Bullies and change your look. Everybody has you know, this line or that line. You know what it takes to create a line? You know what it takes to create a line? It takes at least 4 generations of breeding. You know, F1, F2, F3, F4, you have a purebred. You know? People just buy a dog from Ed Shepherd and call it Curtis line. You know? Then Curtis line has puppies, he sell a puppy to somebody else. Here is a Tommy line. Then Tommy line has puppies, you sell the puppy to someone else, you call it Jim line. That's not how you create a line. Guys, do your research, get educated, and that's the problem. That's why the dogs will go down, Because nobody wants to educate, sit and read and understand anything. Everybody wants to take it, breed a dog now, make money now. You know, I see guys asking questions. Guy, online, my dog is in heat. My dog is in heat 7 days now. When do I breed her? What the heck? You didn't research before you even try to become a breeder? You didn't do your research? It's terrible. A simple thing like that to find out when you should breed a dog, but you have plans of breeding her? Exotic bullies and people with a money rush mentality is bringing the dogs down. The people are bringing the dogs down more than the dogs are bringing the dogs down. But see, the people who breed the bad dogs that will bring the dogs down is what caused the dogs to bring themselves down. You see what I'm saying? So on the top of the chain is people. There's no education. People don't care about education. All they care about is money. So I say to you guys, you know, from a good place, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. There are people that should be standing up against breeders like these. There are people that should be standing up on Facebook and the big medias and saying stuff about when someone posts a dog that doesn't look good. Say something instead of putting a like. Say something. Let them know there's something wrong with their dog. This dog doesn't meet the standard. Don't like something because for whatever reason, you know. So with that said, I want to say to you guys, if you're going into exotics, whatever happens from this point on is all on you, because the dog has no history, none of that stuff. You know, no health, certifications, none of that stuff. Do it at your own risk. And don't be mad when you lose everything that you have because the exotic dog didn't stand up and you already sold all the good dogs. Okay? Exotic bullies. I love dogs. I don't love that breed. I have to say that. I have to love the dogs. They're God's creatures. I have to love their owners and breeders. You know, they're God's children. But that breed, I can't love a breed that's going to destroy what we worked so hard for many, many years. When the breed gets consistent, when somebody cares enough to do the research and when enough people care enough to stand up and say, you can't do this to a breed, and the breed probably gets turned around, I might love what I see. Right now, I don't love it. There's no love for the breed. You know, I would never own one, not at this point. You know. So guys, with that said, peace and love. Take care of your dogs, whether they're exotics or not. Give them a walk, even if it's a short walk, because you know exotics can't walk very far. But do it and socialize them. Take them out to the public and love them. Okay? Peace. This is Curtis here at bullytree.com. I hope you and your family have a wonderful, wonderful fall and Halloween season. I don't particularly celebrate Halloween, but I do give some candy, you know. But I'm not into all the costumes and all that stuff. But I like to see the kids and interact with them every once in a while. So peace to you guys and love. Okay, so all good.